Deep breath. Oh, dear friends, I'm still trying to process the utter disappointment, the crushing heartbreak, the betrayal I felt during my stay at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Panama City Beach. It's a tale of woe, of shattered dreams, of unmet expectations. So, grab a tissue, and let's dive into this emotional roller coaster. As I walked into the lobby, I was immediately struck by the mediocre ambience. The decor, a mishmash of tired, outdated designs, screamed we don't care about aesthetics. It was like they took every bad 90s interior design trend and mashed them together into a mess of clashing patterns and colors. I felt like I was stuck in a time warp, only without the charm of nostalgia. The rooms, oh the rooms. They promised luxury, but delivered nothing short of a glorified hostel. The floor was dirty, the bed creaked with every move, and don't even get me started on the toilet. It was like they took all the decent toilet paper and replaced it with single-ply torture devices. I mean, who does that? It's 2023, not 1813. The bathroom itself was a petri dish of bacteria, with mysterious stains and an eerie, unsettling aroma. I half expected to find a family of cockroaches living in the shower. And then, there was the ice dispenser. Or should I say, the non-functional ice dispenser? It was like they thought, hey, who needs ice, anyway? I mean, I've seen better designed ice dispensers at a rundown motel. This was an express hotel, after all. Express, as in, we'll express our lack of caring about your comfort. The refrigerator, an antique from the Clinton era, seemed to be held together by hope and prayers. When I asked for a working dispenser, they simply shrugged and told me to use the vending machine. Because, you know, $5 for a bag of ice is totally reasonable. The breakfast, a supposedly complimentary amenity, was an insult to the culinary world. The eggs were rubbery, the sausage resembled dog food, and the coffee. Oh, the coffee. It was like they brewed it with tears of sadness and despair. I half expected to find a sign that said, "We hate you, and we're not even trying." The whole experience was like being trapped in a never-ending nightmare of culinary incompetence. But, you know what the cherry on top was? The parking fees. Yes, you read that right. They charged me $20 to park my car in their crumbled, potholed parking lot. I mean, what's next? Charging me for the air I breathe? It was like they thought I was made of money, or that I was some kind of parking fee-paying robot. And the customer service? Forget about it. When I tried to address my concerns, they gave me the cold shoulder, the kind of disdainful, condescending attitude that says, "We don't care about your problems, peasant." I felt like I was talking to a brick wall, only less helpful. When I asked to speak to a supervisor, they told me to call back in morning. In the morning. Can you believe it? It was like they thought I had nothing better to do than wait around for their convenience. The entire experience was a masterclass in disappointment, a symphony of subpar service and half-hearted attempts at hospitality. I left feeling like I'd been scammed, like I'd been sold a bill of goods that was nothing more than a hollow shell of broken promises. So, dear friends, let this be a warning to you. Avoid the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Panama City Beach, like the plague. Trust me, you won't regret it. And to the management, I say this, if you can't be bothered to care about your guests, then maybe you shouldn't be in the hospitality business. What do you think, friends? Have you ever had a similar experience? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's commiserate and vent about the injustices we've faced. And remember, always read the reviews. Your sanity depends on it.
The reality of businesses near Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Panama City Beach. If you're staying at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Panama City Beach, prepare yourself, because the businesses around here are a carnival of disappointment. Overpriced, underwhelming, and often outright hostile, this stretch of paradise has perfected the art of letting tourists down. Let's start with Pier Park, the shopping and entertainment hub that should be fun but instead feels like a test of patience. Crowds here are so thick during peak season that losing a child isn't just a fear, it's a statistical likelihood. Locals avoid it like expired sunscreen, and for good reason. Spring break turns the place into a circus of underage chaos, with police more overwhelmed than a lifeguard during Shark Week. Security guards roam like overzealous hall monitors, interrogating people for daring to exist in a parking lot. And if you're craving a pretzel from Aunt Annie's, good luck, unless you enjoy stale dough and employees who treat you like an inconvenience. Then there's Orange Theory Fitness, where the only thing getting a workout is your tolerance for bad attitudes. Tourists are treated like intruders, coaches stare at the wall like it's paying their rent, and the website lies about arrival times. If you enjoy paying $99 a month for the privilege of being ignored, this is your gym. Hungry? Dat Cajun Place Cafe will happily take your money and serve you shrimp swimming in grease, cold rice, and gator meat that tastes like regret. The service is so slow, you'll wonder if the kitchen is powered by a single hamster on a wheel. And if you dare to use their online waitlist, prepare to be skipped entirely, because nothing says hospitality like a manager blaming you for their broken system. Need coffee? The pour is where espresso dreams go to die. Their lattes taste like sour disappointment, and if you ask for a fresh pastry, they'll act like you've demanded a kidney. One visitor with a service dog nearly passed out when an untrained pet lunged at them, because nothing compliments a caffeine headache like a side of chaos. Nightlife? Tootsie's Orchid Lounge is where bartenders double as magicians, disappearing when you need a drink, reappearing to overcharge your card. The staff's idea of customer service is ignoring you until you leave, and the bathroom attendants treat tips like a hostage negotiation. If you have allergies, don't bother, they'll tell you to leave before you even sit down. The Wicked Wheel is where meals take longer to arrive than a Florida sunset, and when they do, the shrimp count is a mystery. Hint, you're getting scammed. Mac and cheese tastes like cardboard, and if you're not white, prepare for stares so icy they could preserve seafood. One family walked in and felt such hostility, they had to explain racism to their 9-year-old over lunch. Even shopping is a gamble. Coastal Cottage Emporium sells furniture that falls apart faster than a sandcastle, and their customer service is as sturdy as wet tissue. So what's the verdict? The businesses near Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Panama City Beach, are a masterclass in mediocrity. Whether it's apathy, incompetence, or outright scams, this area has perfected the art of draining wallets while crushing spirits. If you must venture out, bring patience, lower your expectations to subterranean levels, and maybe pack a snack, because the only thing reliable here is disappointment. Welcome to paradise. Sort of. I'm so done with all these scams and frauds happening near Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Panama City Beach, you know? Like, you'd think it's a nice area with nice people, but no. Businesses around here are like, super sketchy, and tourists like you are the ones who get hurt. So, I found out about this guy, Philip Sullivan too, who worked at Royal American Management, and he embezzled over $100,000 from his own company. Can you believe that? Like, he was using company credit cards to buy gift cards and cash cards for himself, and no one suspected a thing for months. I predict he must have been living large, buying all sorts of fancy stuff, while his company was struggling to stay afloat. And when they finally caught him, he got arrested and had to pay a huge bond. I'm like, how could you do that to your own company? That's just wrong, on so many levels. And then, there was this career scammer who got arrested at a local store. He tried to make a fraudulent transaction worth $1,500. Like, who tries to scam people for that much money? I predict the store owner must have been devastated, you know? They work so hard to make a living, and then some random guy comes in and tries to steal from them. The police said they took him off the streets, but like, how many people did he scam before he got caught? It's just so sad, and it makes me wonder, what's wrong with people, you know? I'm telling you, businesses near Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Panama City Beach are like, a hotbed for scams and frauds. You need to be so careful when you're shopping around there, or you might end up getting ripped off. I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but like, it's better to be aware of what's going on, right?